Welcome back to My View. In recent years, we've seen America's political rift widen. Rhetoric has been amplified and political violence has surged. We saw it in Butler, Pennsylvania, when our president was targeted and nearly killed. We saw it in Utah when a gunman murdered Charlie Kirk. And now in Texas, ICE agents have been attacked for simply doing their job. Our country's not meant to live in fear, but it's undeniable that security and surveillance are now top of mind. We saw it in the massive multi-agency effort at Charlie's Memorial in Arizona, and in New York City as heads of state from all over the world gathered for the United Nations General Assembly. The U.S. Secret Service was the force behind those missions, and I caught up with Director Shawn Curran to learn more about how his agents are operating in this tense political climate and putting safety above all else. Director Curran, I can't imagine, as a Secret Service director here at the United Nations General Assembly, what even goes into putting a production like this together? You have so many protectees right now.
Yeah, this is a massive undertaking. Thank you, by the way. This is such a lovely opportunity. What I will tell you is, as the 80th anniversary, this is a big mission for us. As you can see, we have many partners that help us with this. The NYPD, the FBI, HSI, the list goes on, our local, state, and federal partners. To have 150 plus heads of state, 40 spouses come to the country and be protected by us and our partners it's massive.
We are in a very heightened security environment right now. We are at a Jewish holiday right now. The war in Gaza is still going on. Obviously, we had the horrific assassination very recently of Charlie Kirk. These are political protectees in most cases you guys are dealing with. This is, I believe, probably the most heightened security UNGA in recent memory.
It is, and that's something that we evaluate and assess each and every day, and based on the landscape that we're in, we will pivot if needed, but right now we're sitting in a good place. Well, our partners are very supportive of us. We have everybody out here, all of our assets, manpower, we're in a good place right now.
And I see even behind us, you've got guys up on the roof here. You must have air support, you must be using drones, you must be using K9s. There's water just on the other side of this. What do we have going on around here?
You just named it. We have everything. So we do. We have our counter cyber teams. We have our emergency response teams that also paired up with their dogs. We have our mobile command posts that you've spotted. We also have motorcycle units here that lead and take our motorcades throughout the city, which is always a tough task. Our partners in NYPD have such a heavy lift to move these motorcades throughout the city with us. It's a big lift. But we also have drone detection, drone mitigation. Those teams are stationed all around this facility.
I don't know how much you can talk about, but I know Tuesday morning, the Secret Service, along with some of your law enforcement partners, actually discovered an operation that could have been potentially very catastrophic for communications here in New York City, especially while this is going on. Anything you can tell us about that?
Well, it is an ongoing investigation. It's a protective intelligence. And I will tell you that our partners have been great with us, HSI, FBI, NYPD, and then some. It is an example of what we do to get ahead of these events, and it's a time to go on offense as opposed to being on defense. That's really about as much as I could get into since it's ongoing, but I appreciate the question.
Well, something that I know you've also kind of been forced to jump into and deal with was Charlie Kirk's memorial this past Sunday. You know, you had a lot of protectees there. You had a lot of top-level officials in the U.S. government there. That was a big event. You guys liken it to the security you would have for a Super Bowl. So tell me about that. What went into that event?
Again, that's on par with what we're doing here. In a second's notice, within days, we were able to mobilize and move some of our assets from other parts of the country and get them to Arizona to support that event. You know, we're talking magging or putting people through magnetometers, tens of thousands of people in a safe time. We have assets on the outer perimeter, over 300 yards out. We have specialized teams on the interior and the exterior, moving our personnel, from one part of the country to another within hours.
In this kind of heightened time in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, are you guys doing anything differently? You must be monitoring things at kind of an all-time high right now. I would assume, I think people across the country can feel it. You guys of the Secret Service have a big job, though.
We do. Look, our protective intelligence squads, they are working overtime. They are working 24 hours a day to ensure that all the protected details have the information that they need to execute their operations, and that's what we do.
I think given this environment, it was really miraculous that it went off without a hitch. But you do give credit to the men and women here, on the ground from the United States Secret Service, but it also starts at the top, Director. And you obviously took over at a time that was in the wake of, big changes that needed to happen within the Secret Service. What have you found? You've been director now for many months. When we first talked, you had kind of just come into that position. How are you finding it? Anything that you've learned along the way? Any new changes you want to update us on?
Yeah, look, since I took the helm, it's drinking through a fire hose. I've found that putting the right people in the right place is really what helps execute this mission. In constantly evolving. Like we're about to go look at our mobile command post. That's another step in the right direction. When we show up to, say, a small town that may not have the infrastructure to support that, we can bring it with us to put everybody in the same place so we can all communicate and be on the same page. It's very important to evolve, and we're doing it.
Well, I think everybody can see this is a hard job, probably a job that not many people would have stepped up to the plate and said, I'll take it on. You did it.
Well, I'll tell you, it's an honor to do this. It is challenging, but some of the people that get overlooked are administrative personnel, are the professionals that do these administrative jobs. Those are the unsung pros that we don't see. They're doing the logistics. They're doing the billing behind the scenes. They're able to move ballistic glass and pay for the anti-scale fencing that we just had to put up in Arizona. They're the ones that are writing those checks behind the scenes so that the operation can continue. They're a great group.
Well, we're grateful for all of them. Let's go over to the Mobile Command Unit. Let's check it out and see what we got here.
It has many capabilities, to support our communications network, to support our drone monitoring capabilities. It's just impressive. And again, one of the main functions is to have everybody in the same room so that we all are able to communicate if something should arise.
It kind of looks just like a truck, but I know it's not.
It's not. So we have the ability to monitor drone coverage in the area. Right now we're looking at First Avenue. We're able to see motorcades where they're staged. We're able to move assets around. This is another way to monitor it. Communications. We have multiple layers of communications inside that our partners can speak with one another so we can communicate that there's a problem. Now that is one of our benefits of having this command center and having the ability to move it around the country.
So you guys are doing a great job here, keeping everybody safe. Anything coming up in the future that you guys at the Secret Service are getting ready for? Obviously, this is probably the big event of the year. I think everybody knows the United Nations General Assembly.
Yeah, look, big events come up each and every day that we prepare for. We pivot, just like we had to on Sunday. So if they come up within days' notice, and we're moving our assets, we're moving our people, and that's just what we do each and every day.
Well, Director Curran, I know that you guys had that amazing Super Bowl video. When you took over as director, you guys did a big recruiting push to try and bring more people into the Secret Service. You look at an event like this, it's all hands on deck. I can see you guys are still recruiting because look what we have here.
We are, and this is for our uniform division. It plays a big role in what we do each and every day. It's about a third of our workforce, and we're offering recruiting bonuses, and we will continue to recruit for 26 and 28 and beyond. We need to build a foundation for this agency and the next group of agents and officers that'll take our spots.
Yeah, because you guys have big stuff coming on. We have the World Cup coming up. We have the Olympics coming up.
We have the Paralympics.
We have the Paralympics coming up. So you need good people around, and there's no better agency to work for, or director, I think, than this guy.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.